Right, Mr. Jacob, if you could tell us about the Aluva project.
Beginning with Aluva, we have to first say about Aluva. Aluva is a riverside town by the riverside Periyar, and it is strategically located between the Cochin International Airport and the container terminal. So the location itself qualifies Aluva to be one of the prime locations. In addition to that, Aluva has all the facilities, like as in the metro, the much talked about metro is being started from Aluva. The starting point of metro is Aluva. We have the railway station right in the heart of the city. We have the bus terminals and all the essential which very rarely do any municipality would get such facilities. So that prompts Aluva to be one of the places with best facilities. Now the challenge is how do we address all these facilities together? Like if I were to quote an example, like we have a cupboard and we have a lot of things. How well do you place things in that cupboard is what that matters. So it is from this thought that we put this forward to the British High Commission, and we got the opportunity to get the master plan developed, like keeping climate resilience and future proofing in mind. That
What made you opt for the British High Commission and why not other European model or concept?
because we got when the cabinet minister from London, when they visited Kerala, we got an opportunity to present the case of Aluva before them. So which was again done in Federal Bank. Federal Bank, one of the largest private banks in India, is headquartered in this little town. So that's a emotional bonding between Aluva Municipality and Federal Bank, which prompted us to have the presentation itself was in Federal Bank, and that was a stepping stone towards getting into this master plan. So when Prince of Wales visited Kerala, one of the as part of one of the process was this signing of MOU with under the premises of British High Commission, and we got the MOU signed. And now after that we have got several deliberations. Our team has travelled to London. We have presented the case before an international conference there, and after reaching London, there also we had a report back meeting to Prince of Wales. And meanwhile we have the support of the state government and also from all the departments to take this forward. Now the challenge would be, okay, now we have the master plan and future proofing climate resilience projects being identified by the WS Atkins, which is doing the project. But after identifying that, like any other municipality, how do we take it forward would be the biggest challenge. But as long as once the problem is diagnosed, the treatment could be surgery or even medication. But as now we are reaching a stage where the treatment is being diagnosed. So we are hopeful that once we diagnose the treatment, we will have the resources for the treatment. That is our aim. So in our mind, what we have in mind is we want to preserve our past, present a pleasant present, and plan for a sustainable future. So we are hopeful this project report or submitted given by the WS Atkins would be the foundation for us to make Aluva a better place for its citizens and to take it to the smart city concept.
Ms. Mather, if you could share with us few figures, how many lives would the smart city would be touching? What's the current number, and what kind of people are you talking about? Would it also cater to the marginalized communities and the physically challenged communities?
We have the Aluva Municipality, the population is about 30,000. But in addition to that, there are a lot of people from Aluva going towards the Cochin side for their work, and they come back. We want to have the systems in place where Aluva itself will be self-sufficient, and we would be able to provide them all the services and even opportunities. So that they don't go off. And for whoever is living in Aluva, we want to give them all the facilities of the best possible services and facilities. So our aim is, how do we preserve? Now the river Periyar is a holy river. So that river Periyar also is part of our project or our aim, that ultimately if we don't preserve our rivers, and like municipalities, people like us, if we don't take the lead, that we will be at a stage where we will lose the natural gift of river Periyar. So we have requested, and we are expecting that even there will be systems in projects in place where the water treatment or waste management, all those issues will become priority, and all those projects will also be identified, and we will be able to implement such projects. Because river, the water is the biggest resource which anybody, I think, should seriously think about, and all steps should be taken to preserve water and river Periyar.
What is the extent of hand-holding you have from the Embassy of UK, and are you taking any examples from them? Because UK cites its own example for smart cities. They are the most surveillanced city in the world with the maximum number of cameras. So what's the extent of technology hand-holding?
Now from UK, what we would like to adopt is definitely the project they give. In addition to that, we visited Basildon Council in Feb 2013, and we realized a lot of activities by the Basildon Council there, which is not just providing services, but they have showcased elements which they have become self-sufficient economically. By providing, they have their own housing construction business activity run by a municipal council, which we don't really find here. So they are finding out ways and means to generate revenue, and even with waste management, Basildon Council, which we visited in UK, they have their waste management methods which they generate revenue.
How are you taking care of waste management, that being a completely expensive area altogether?
That is one of our prime priorities, to take waste management, because now it's being done few at the source level, few at the collection level, and we send it to the greater corporation area, and there it's being processed. So our aim is that soon we will be able to equip ourselves to manage solid waste intelligently.
All right. Just the last question here. What are the three major challenges you are facing?
The three major challenges, one would be, the greatest challenge would be the funding. We can have n number of projects, we can have n number of ideas, but to implement these ideas, we need to have funds. Now, with the concept of public-private partnership coming in a very, very vibrant phase all across, I think we cannot totally rely on the government funding, because it's not practically possible for any government to support all the initiatives of local self-governments. So we'll have to depend on public-private partnership. And if I were to quote an example, we have again Federal Bank. We have several instances where the Federal Bank has volunteered to support many of our initiatives. Now we have one of the wastewater treatment plants, which was again renovated and made active by the help of Federal Bank. And then we have instances where of such projects we have support from Federal Bank. So likewise, we cannot totally depend on one partnership. We have to look for larger ventures and larger partnerships. But I'm sure and confident that if we have the right projects in place, there will be willing partners who would be willing to invest, because ultimately there's CSR regulation, corporate social responsibility, even they are looking out for partners who can contribute or who can make value or add value to their money. So instead of just wasting their money in CSR, even each corporate entity would be looking for feasible projects. So I'm hopeful that with the help of the projects lined up, we will be able to get more funds, corporate funds. Now the second challenge, what I would say would be again capacity building, because if we look at the working pattern of municipalities, it is not highly professionalized, or rather it still goes in that government sector mode. So we'll have to trigger that passion to work, or passion to make them feel that okay, I need to work, it's our municipality, we need to get the work done. That attitudinal change or attitudinal shift is very much required in terms of capacity building of the to increase the efficiency. So that is the second challenge which any municipality would be facing. Third would be again the even after getting all these things, now the formalities. The formalities lined up for to get the process done or to get the things moving. We have to get clearances from each department, from the state government, each department of the state government. We have to get clearance from pollution board. The several departments involved, state government itself several departments. So to get the bureaucratic formalities and to cut across all bureaucratic barriers and to get the project done would be another challenge. But I would like to conclude by hoping that we are confident that with the projects being finalized, we would be able to turn Aluva into one of the finest place, and by abiding by the smart city concept.